Hello, my name is Mark Boyer, and what I'm going to do in this video is try something different. I found this website called theGrandAwakening.com, and it has all kinds of eclectic videos on it. On this website, I found many links that are helpful and explain what I'm going through through other disciplines. Okay, now the first video I want to bring up, and basically what I want to show here is it's the end of the world as we know it, and frankly I feel fine, and actually you should too. We are ending at the culmination of an age, okay, and the start of a new beginning, or what God promises to be a new creation. Now, these videos approach, there are several of them I want to bring up to point, and the first one is about what the video called the Galactic alignment. Okay, now the Galactic alignment is, okay, I made this great prop with a bud buster and a piece of paper. Okay, I cut a hole in a donut. Now, basically what it's saying is new discoveries in the cosmos. Okay, is that our galaxy here is like 6 trillion miles across, okay? And that's a long distance, okay? And at the center of our galaxy, there's like 3 trillion stars, they say, the mass of, in the black hole at the center of our galaxy. And the galaxy is spinning, so the center core is spinning so fast that it makes the gravitational pull, instead of everything crashing into it, okay, because it's a black hole, what happens is the mass and power and magnetism of it is this thin ribbon. And this thin ribbon, you can see them in space, where these spirals and different formations of galaxies. And at the core is this black hole, and ours has 3 trillion stars in it, so they say. And all the power of magneticism and everything is in this thin ribbon. Now, our planet, okay, it takes 240 million years to do one circumference. 60 million years ago, which is 1/4 of this pie away, we went through what's called an explosion of life, okay? And this happened then, and we're at the quarter way coming out of this, okay? So we've gone 1/4 of the way since the big massive explosion of life. Now, what these guys are saying is that they found out that planet Earth goes up and down this way throughout the cycle, okay? It's been going, so every 5,000 to 7,000 years, we are going through this, what's called the galactic plane. Now, the Bible refers to this galactic plane as being the kingdom of God, okay? And to give an impact of how big it is to go through this, the last time we went through it, Adam and Eve were created. In other words, there was a huge wipeout of a lot of people. And technically the Bible is the Jewish story, okay? The Mayans survived it, the Hindus survived it, the Chinese survived it. The North American Indians survived it. All kinds of people did survive the last time we went through this galactic plane. And technically, this is God's promise of the new creation. Okay? Now, the reality is we've gone through this we as humanity have gone through this many times. And we're about to go through what Matthew 24 says is a shaking like the world has never seen and will never see again. And the reality is these people say that they really don't know. They know we've passed it back at Adam and Eve, but they say they really don't know when we're going to crash into it, because technically we're not on the edge of it. We're in here, okay? We're somewhere in here, and there's no edges to this thing. And until you actually run into the dynamic of it, it's invisible. And exactly as to Matthew 24, it will begin with a wall of fire, okay? And that's what is coming, is this wall of fire, okay, which is, and the kingdom of God is on the other side. And I say that rather majestically because it's the greatest show the world has ever seen and will never see again. And now on a scientific basis, which is what these guys are, an astronomical basis, they're saying that every time we've gone through this plane, it's lasted for, they really don't know. But the reality is from my understanding, we're in there 3 to 5 days. Okay? And in there happens Genesis all over again. The new creation happens every time we plow through this force that has the power of 3 trillion stars, which is the closest thing to omnipotence that we can conceive. Okay? And my God is a consuming fire. Okay, now let's go back to these videos and how they connect. Okay, now they're saying all 3 videos, or 3 videos that I point to, all point that the only thing real in this world is our conscience. Okay, and that's exactly true. What we have as bodies is a vessel that's stuck in 8 ohms. Now they're saying that the closer we get to this cosmic plane, the ohms of this planet have been increasing. Okay, they're saying, now they can't say when we hit it because there's no edges. Okay, but they know we're approaching it because the ohm meter rate of this planet goes up. Now, way prior to this ohm meter rating, to them knowing, for millennium they've been known that the Earth pulsates at 8 ohms or 7.8 ohms or something like that. Now this guy this mathematician, way before it started changing, made this formula that says that if the Earth changed its pulse from 6 ohms, or it was 5 ohms, 3 ohms, 1 ohm, and these were different changes in reality, and we're supposed to be at the 13 ohms, it'll be like changing into a new TV. It's like a new TV channel. And the reality is every cell in our body. Okay, what's happening right now is in 1987 through now, the ohms of this planet have been increasing. We're now around 11 ohms, and we're coming close to this threshold of 13 ohms, which is where this mathematician says everything changes. We enter a new reality, and what's happening is when we cross this barrier, right now, where the 8 ohms is important is every cell in our body, everything in this table, everything around us, is spinning at 8 ohms. Every atom, at every bottom level of it, is running at 8, 9 ohms. And this conflict that you see today of crop circles and orbs is a conflict between the ohms of the Earth changing. I'm saying that since 1987, if the planet has been increasing in its the ohm meters are right now about 11, and we're still operating at 8. Okay, there's been a huge disconnect of society to the here and now, which is a condition called acedia. And it's because the Earth has changed its resonance and is changing rapidly, because we're going to be colliding into the galactic plane. Now, the galactic plane, we can crash in. We'll either crash into it or slide into it, but it's impossible to do it. And the difference between crashing into it and sliding into it is 1 Corinthians 4:20. Do you really want to meet the Lord with the rod of discipline, or do you want to meet me, or shall I come in love with the gentle spirit? And sliding into it is far better. Well, it's impossible to avoid. Okay, we can't see it. All we know is we're crashing into it. The reason we can't see it is because there's no edges to it. It's as big as the sky around us. We are in a galactic, we are so close that we can't see it. Instruments are recording it things are happening to earthquakes, just like were predicted are happening. Tsunamis are going to happen. All kinds of huge events are going to happen, just like prophecy says. And then we're either going to slide in or crash into the kingdom of God. Okay? And a judgment day will happen. Now, what Jesus Christ says very clearly, that the only thing you need to survive, to enter into the kingdom of God, is to believe in the message of the messenger.